Let's make a beaded felt starfish to go with these other sea creatures that I made for my soon-to-be niece's baby name garland. So first I'm going to draw my pattern on a piece of paper and cut it out, and then I'm going to trace it onto this harder piece of felt here, just so if I want to make it again, I already have the pattern and I don't have to just kind of like redraw that. So I'll be able to make a similar one again. So I'm going to cut that out. You can get like shitty cheap felt like this, and that's kind of, now I'm just using it for patterns. This is nice felt that I picked out that it's better for this type of project, so just like kind of prettier, softer felt. So I'm gonna trace. The pen I was just using can dissolve in heat, which is nice, and then I'm gonna pick out my beads, dissolve that pen, and then from there I'm gonna pick out what I need. So I'll have my thread, I'll have an embroidery needle, and then this little tool that I'm going to be using shortly to thread that embroidery needle is necessary because the holes, or like the eye, I guess, of the embroidery needle is really small so that you can actually fit the beads through it. So you do need an embroidery needle to do beading. So yeah, I'm going to put my beads in a bowl so my cats don't get into this little tin. And then I'm going to make my knot. I don't like making knots. I'm, for some reason, not that good at it. So I'm pretty proud of myself here that I got it first try. And then I'm going to start beading. So the next part's in fast motion. It's kind of a hard watch, so feel free to skip it. But beading takes some time, so I just kind of like put it in, really like a time lapse or whatever. So you'll be able to see me bead it. What's nice though is with the pens that can dissolve, you can actually draw your pattern. So in the other sea creatures I've made, I've had to kind of like eyeball it. And here I'm just able to follow that pattern with my beading. So beading is kind of intuitive, not that hard, but there are other threads that you might want to search. So I'm tracing the back. I added this yellow piece too for some contrast. So I'm just kind of adding some more beads that I wanted there. And then I kind of glued that together for that front piece. And now I'm actually sewing the back piece to the front. I'm using a blanket stitch here. So I'm trying to show it with one hand, but it's really easy to YouTube. That's the one stitch that I wanted to make sure I learned for kind of cat break, for kind of finishing out the pattern on the outside. I think it looks the best for these types of things. And then, you're going to start stuffing it like this. Make sure when you're like 75% of the way done, you start stuffing it. Otherwise, you don't want to like pull the needle or pull the thread, I mean. And then, use something like a pin or something like that to stuff it all the way to the ends. And then now that I'm like almost done, I'm going to do my final little bit, like the last little leg here. This is the most annoying part because you have to make sure the stuffing doesn't spill out. Just kind of holding that down once it's in there and sewing that final piece like this. And there's the finished product.